Hey guys, it's Scott here and welcome to a very highly requested video. Hopefully you do enjoy it. If you do, hit the thumbs up button down below and hit subscribe as well if you are new. This is how do I stream, how do I record, how do I edit, and everything along those lines. So hopefully it's an informative video for you and hopefully it basically helps you because I get a lot of questions about this kind of thing near enough every single day. So we're going to start things off with how do I even record my gameplay. Now, let's say we've got FIFA 20 running right here. Now, in the past, I would have used one of these. Now, because I stream/record on Xbox and I want to get it onto my PC so I can edit it and everything like that, I used to use the Elgato HD60, which is a capture card, which basically one end goes in your Xbox, one end goes in your monitor or TV or whatever it may be, and obviously it's connected to your PC. And this basically is a pass-through, so your video signal can then be transmitted to your PC as well as your monitor. Now, with my new PC, this is out the window. No one cares about that, because that right there is the built-in Elgato HD60 or whatever it is, HD60 Pro. So basically, I already have an automatic pass-through. But for you, you are most likely going to need to buy a capture card of some kind. And so this is basically my monitor with everything coming through. And then, if you have an Elgato, then you'll get something like this. This is the 4K capture utility software that I use to record. So you can see down here, we have the option of recording this. And also you have the awesome feature of being able to like go back in time and everything like that. So if you wanted to record the first minute of you playing your game or anything like that, then you can do it. So the Elgato software is really, really good. And I would highly recommend going down the Elgato route in terms of getting your capture cards and your utility and stuff like that. Basically, they make amazing stuff for recording and streaming. I have quite a lot of it, such as a Stream Deck here. I use their key lights as well. They're just amazing. Now, before we move on, I'd like to say a big thank you to BenQ, as this is another sponsored video like my setup video, which if you missed that, I will leave the link in the description down below, because you may be looking at all of this thing and seeing a lot of stuff and you don't really understand it. So if you want to see my entire setup, the link will be in the description, and BenQ were very, very kind in order to let me test out this amazing monitor right here, which is the XL2411P. It is unreal, and also my setup has changed by using their mousepad, mice, and keyboard. So the keyboard is the Celeritas 2, big upgrade on my previous one. This is sick. Honestly, it's very hard to explain how big of an upgrade a keyboard can be in your setup, but trust me, it is awesome. And then I have gone for one of the mice in their high variation of range that they have. I go with the EC2B purely because I feel like it fits my hand the best and is ergonomic to me. So thank you very much to BenQ for that. I appreciate you a lot. You're incredible. Let's move on to the next thing. So first up, we've got our recording. Okay, let's say we've recorded some footage. Let's record this all the way to here. Okay, so there is 2 minutes of footage. So I would then have that saved on my PC and I would then go and edit it. So my editing software that I use now is Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, this is one of those bits of software that may look a lot more complicated than it actually is. But once you get used to it, I've not been using it for that long, only really since I got my new PC, which is what, like a month ago, something like that. It's really, really simple. And so what I'll do is I will take my clips and my footage that I've recorded and I will input it into this software, right? And so then I will cut it up into the bits that I feel I want to show it in an episode. For example, this is my video from the other day where we were opening up some packs and we got Asensio. And you can see all our cuts and everything down here. You can see our little bits here, which are like my YouTube little tag thing at the bottom and Instagram and everything like that. So everything is just cut in, and you can change the audio levels, and you can cut and paste and everything like that. And Premiere Pro is the software that I am now going to be using going forward. A lot of my videos are quite simple in the fact that it is just cutting and pasting and then filming a post commentary over the top and utilizing green screen effects in order to get my face down here, because otherwise it'd just be a red blob in the background. But for example, if I open up one of my others and we go to Foot Champs, then you will see that a load of the files are missing, and that's fine. But I just want to show you like how complex the stuff is in this compared. So if we go to, for example, this first game, right? I mean, everything, like I say, is offline in terms of the media. Let me quickly zoom this out for a second, just so that I can fully show you this, because it'll make it a lot easier to understand. Here you go. So you can see, for example, in this, there are a lot more cuts because there's a lot more going on, because I've got loads of different like explanations with arrows and stuff like that. And so Premiere Pro, I feel like, is a very, very simple way to do this kind of thing. And I am taking to it really, really well. And I feel like it's something that you probably could spend one day on and you'll be fine then. That's it. You won't really need to spend much more time on it. So Premiere Pro is what I use for editing and everything to do with that. Now, if I need to do something a little bit more in-depth or a little bit more intricate, for example, my intro, which most of you... Oh, hi, everybody. Most of you will have seen at this point, which is our new stream intro. So all of this stuff going on in the background and everything like that. Maybe if I turn these lights off, you'll be able to see the screen a bit better. There we go. So if I skip forward a little bit. So stuff like this, right? There's a chance that you could potentially do some of this in Premiere Pro, but for this kind of thing, I actually use After Effects. Now, this is another piece of Adobe software. I love the Adobe suite, as you can probably tell. And as you can see here, we got a lot of layers in this thing. We've got a lot of stuff going on. And so it would be very, very hard for me to describe everything that's going on in this After Effects file. For those of you that don't know the software. Simple as that, basically. So I wish that I could go through everything, but for example, I use a lot of plugins, such as the Saber plugin is a really good one. So let's say, for example, on this, you can see we've got a lot of stuff going on, tons of keyframes and everything like that. And this is at about this mark in the video. So all of this flashing and everything like that and syncing it up with the video is what all of these keyframes are. And again, I use the Saber plugin. It's a really good one. It's free from Video Copilot. So if I ever want to do anything intricate, then I will use After Effects. I'll see if I can quickly open up another one. So for example, this, my little stream transition, right? To go from one scene to another is just made in After Effects. And it's really, really simple. Incredibly simple. See if I can open up another one. Let's go with Instagram Pop, right? So this is the thing that I have in videos that pops up at the bottom. And this is a little bit more intricate, I guess, but it's still not that difficult. So if you really want to get into animations, stuff like that, in terms of adding little bits to your video, highly, highly suggest Adobe After Effects for you and the entire Adobe suite. Now, before we get on to how I stream, we'll get into one more thing, which is thumbnails. Now again, Adobe, Photoshop this time. Now, I have had templates that I have made that Jamie, one of my mods and sponsors and members, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube has made. Massive shout out to him for the help. This is one of mine that I have made, and basically it's something that I use to make it easy to edit. So for example, this is from a week or two ago where I had Rashford in my team, and I had Sissoko rather than Doucouré. So all I would need to do to change this, to update it now, is go back to my capture utility, go into Ultimate Team, and then take a screenshot from this, which again is very easy. You literally just press this button and boom, we've got our screenshot, whack it in here, And if we can find the squad part, then you can see it's as simple as just putting that in there. We've got loads of different layers for tons of different things. So like our logo up here, all of our text. It's very, very simple, but it's just a lot of layers, right? Like you can see some of it isn't neat underneath. It really, really isn't. But when you put it all together, it makes quite a nice effect. So this has been built up over like a year or two now, because I've been using similar things for the past few FIFAs, and you can see like this looks terrible, but when you've got all the other layers on top and everything like that, it's nice. So this is the bare bones of this thumbnail, basically like a space background with a FUT Champs logo. That's basically all it is. So there you go, that's what it starts off as, and then it gets turned into a FUT Champs logo. So Photoshop is one of those things. I feel like you should make all of your own thumbnails, or at least hopefully get someone to work on it with you, like a graphics designer, because it makes such a difference. So if I now go into something else, then I use it for other things as well, such as, let's go with overlay with cam, right? So this is just a very simple thing, and this is then put into my streaming software in order for my overlays to be completed. Have we got another one? Just chatting with chat. Right, so here's another one. These are all the bits that then get used alongside my animated background in my streaming software. So Photoshop is definitely the way forward in that regard. Now, I don't believe that I'm missing anything at this point. We've got our intro, we've got our editing, we've got our thumbnails, we've got how we record as well. Now, the last one is streaming. So I use Streamlabs OBS. It's a free software and it's really, really good. If you have ever used OBS, which is another free streaming platform or software, this is basically a much cleaner version built in with Streamlabs integration with everything. Now, Streamlabs are amazing, right? They do all of the alerts on screen. So for example, if I move over to this, and someone subscribed, for example, then these things that pop up are their alerts, right? A donation, etc., etc. So Streamlabs is integrated fully into this, and you can basically go and do all of your settings and everything like that you need. So again, even these labels and everything, this guy's subscribed, this one has done a super chat, all of it is built into the same software. And with their latest update, you can edit and everything whilst having your visual feed on here. So all of my different scenes are set up here. And what I also have is an Elgato Stream Deck. Now, this is very, very useful because you can use it to basically do anything. Like I could set this up with the Stream Deck software right here, and I could make it so, for example, if I wanted to, anything in here can be done with a touch of a button, right? So let's say YouTube, if I wanted to put a chat message into my chat, I can do that simply by pushing a button. Same with tweets. I can send out an automated tweet just by pressing a button on my Stream Deck. Anything else? System. So if I wanted to just whack in a website here, right? Let's go with Netflix.com, right? Simple as that. Now, if I press this button on here, then all of a sudden, Netflix opens up, right? So you can use your Stream Deck for pretty much anything. But for example, right here, I've got all my scenes on here. Some of them I need to do little pictures for and everything like that. But I can switch, let's say, to my intro just by pressing this button. And so everything is super, super seamless. Again, if I then want to switch to my intro, bang, we just press this down here. If we want to go back to the intro, if we want to go to the intro with the chat, if we want to go to our in-game thing, I don't have to just be sitting here going through all of these different menus and everything like that. I can just press a button. So a Stream Deck is something that you may not think you need it, but once you get it, you will never want to stream without one ever again, right? They are incredible. So Streamlabs OBS is very, very simple to use. You basically add your different sources in here. So if we were set up a new scene, then we can quickly do this. And then you can basically add in all of these different things. So if you want an image, you want some media, you want your Elgato or anything coming in here, window capture if you want to look at Google Chrome, for example, on your stream, then you can do that. And then all of the widgets that they have through Streamlabs, so you can see your viewer count, donation goals, alert box, all of these things are built in. And stream labels, so for example, your latest subscriber, your latest member, etc. All of it is in the software by default. So I would highly, highly recommend using Streamlabs OBS. And if you want to, then you can use my link in the description in order to help me out as well. If you download it, then basically I, as an affiliate, get something from it. So that would be amazing. Even if you just download the software, use it once and you never use it again, it still helps me out. So think about doing it. And it's really, really good. Again, you also get themes and stuff. You can get some free themes. So if you don't want to pay for a graphics designer or anything like that, then you can get built-in themes that are default. So you can get like that. There's your starting soon screen, etc. And all of this is just built in. Some of them you have to pay, some of them you don't. You've got your cloud bot, so you can get all of your chat bots sorted out in here. So you've got all your commands and everything like that you can sort out. Timers, loyalty, and all of this kind of stuff is all built in, right? And then you also have the store, so you can get different apps and things like this that can be built into your stream. So highly, highly recommend Streamlabs OBS. It's really, really good. It's very easy to set up as well. So, for example, I stream on YouTube, but I will probably be moving to Twitch soon. I go to the YouTube dashboard. You can go to a new stream. You can put your title and everything like that. I'm going to make this private just so that no one can see it. Create stream, and you'll get your settings appear here. And all you need to do is copy your stream key from here, go down to your settings in Streamlabs, go to stream, copy it in there, in your stream key, and then just go live, right? It is as simple as that. So it's a really, really good software to use, and I would highly, highly recommend it, especially in conjunction with the Stream Deck. And I think that's really it. If you have any other questions about anything, then feel free to just whack them in the comments section. I'll do my best to respond to all of them. But yeah, that is how I do it, and it's exactly the same for the PS4. All I have to do is switch that HDMI there with the PS4 one, and we switch from Xbox to PS4 with our HD60 Pro. So yeah, that is how we do everything. Our editing is Premiere Pro, thumbnails are Photoshop, anything intricate is in After Effects because you can get a lot more customization in this software. I use the 4K capture utility to record and then put that into Premiere Pro, and I use Streamlabs OBS in order to stream. So I think that is everything that I wanted to show you today. As I say, if I missed anything, then I'll do my best to put it in the comments already. But if you have any questions, then feel free to let me know. I will link my setup video in the description as well. If you want to see any of the stuff that I use in my setup, then I will do that as well. So hopefully this was informative and helped you in some way. Again, massive shout out to BenQ for supplying my current mouse, keyboard, mouse mat, and monitor. Absolute legends. Thank you very much to those guys. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys for a stream tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.